Well, this is a video in a series I'm doing called Old Year Resolutions, and it's just some things I want to pass along. I might make it into 2020. I think I will, but then I might not. So anyhow, there's some things I think are interesting, important to share, and this one is about, let's see, what's not, I made some notes this morning, and let me share this one here. This one is about what I think is one of my most noteworthy Air Force career accomplishments. And I saved the life of a U.S. cadet. And I was U.S. Air Force exchange officer to the French Air Force Academy, and he was U.S. Air Force Academy exchange cadet there for a semester. And so we were getting out, ready to go out on a one of those exercises that they do at the French Air Force Academy, kind of a survival, evasion, resistance, and escape type of thing. Just a exercise, field operation, if you wish. And so we were getting ready to head out, and one of the other cadets came up to me and he said, "Sir, I think Cadet Joslin is not doing too well. I think he's sick, but he's planning on going on this exercise anyhow. So, hey, let me talk to him." So I talked to him, and he was looking bad. And I thought, whoa, that is, Randy Joslin was a tough guy. And he was looking bad. It was bad. So I took him over to the dispensary on the base there at the French Air Force Academy, and took him in, and one of the corpsmen talked to one of the corpsmen in French there, and asked him for the doctor to come. And so the doctor came, who was a French major, and so we were waiting a little bit, and I was waiting there with Randy. They had him on one of those gurneys, I guess, and the doctor was going to check him over, and so the doctor called for some soap and to wash his hands, to wash up. And the orderly said, "Well, sir, we don't have any soap." And he said, "Well, just go down the hall and get some." He said, "Sir, we don't have any soap in the whole dispensary." And the guy in charge of the dispensary is a career colonel. And, well, I guess, yeah, if you're a colonel, you're probably a career colonel. But anyhow, he was always doing something other than maintaining the dispensary. So the doc, who was a major, he washed up with alcohol, and he checked Randy over, and he said, "Man, this guy has appendicitis, and it has probably ruptured already, and he is in need of urgent medical care, and we can't take care of him here. We can't operate." So he said, "I'll give you an ambulance." So we got an ambulance, and we got in the ambulance, and it was staffed by two or three French corpsmen, and they were draftees. They were not volunteers; they were draftees, just doing their military service. And so first thing we got in the ambulance, and they had the doc had an IV in Randy's arm. And the ambulance was not equipped with any hanger to hang the IV on it. So I said, "Well, get some tape and tape the damn thing to the roof of the ambulance, and let's go." So we did that, and they started driving off, and they started heading down this one way. And I thought, well, wait a minute, we need to get on the toll road here, which is the fastest way to get to Marseille, because we were we were up in Salon-de-Provence, and we had to get down to Marseille, where the closest military hospital was. And they said, "Well, sir, we don't have a pass to drive this ambulance on the on the toll road." And I said, "You don't have a pass?" I said, "Well, and by that time we were up to the entrance on the toll road." And he said, "Well, sir, we don't have a pass. We're going to have to go back." And I said, "You just drive right on." There was red lights and everything. I said, "Just drive." Just drive. And we went through the entryway there, and without paying, and all sorts of alarms and stuff went off. I said, "You just drive as fast as you can." And so then we're driving along, and so we get down to the exit to get into Marseille, and of course traffic is horrendous. And so we get into get off the exit of the toll road, get into Marseille, and there's traffic. And so the driver pulls up, and he stops at the first stoplight, and I said, do you have a, a siren on this ambulance? Yes, sir, we do. And I said, well, you turn that siren on, and I don't want you to stop until we get to the hospital. And so we went, and yeah, I put a little aside here in that, yeah, I never in my life ordered French military personnel around, but I think it's one of those situations where I knew if I didn't, you know, just do what needed to be done, break rules or whatever, that Randy might not survive. And so we drove like hell through Marseille, got to the hospital. He came up to the emergency entrance, and so some orderlies came out, and they started talking to me, and as I explained the situation to them, they said, well, yeah, we can't admit him. He doesn't have his papers in order. I said, oh. I said, well, let me talk to the hospital commander. Well, he's not here right now, sir. And I said, well, let me use his telephone. I said, the U.S. ambassador is personally interested in this cadet. And I want to go to the colonel's office, the hospital commander's office, and I want to call the U.S. embassy in Paris and tell them what's going on here. And the orders, oh, no, that won't be necessary, sir. That won't be necessary, sir. We'll take him in right now. Well, they got Randy into the emergency room, and it was so serious, the doctors they went into overdrive. And within, I think, about 10, 15 minutes of us getting Randy into the hospital, he was being operated on. And so he recovered. And I guess that was just one of those times when you do what you got to do. And I look back on it, I kind of surprised myself. But hey, that's one of the things that if you ask me what was one of the proudest moments in my Air Force career, well, that was one of them for sure. Probably the best. And that's it for now.